Hey y'all, Fuzzy Biker motorcycle parked in the mighty metropolis of Marne, Iowa. Check it out, the lawn needs mowed. Boy, have I got a treat for us today. This is a Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. Well, the world's full of those, aren't they? Well, this is the sister bike to mine. So my motorcycle and this one were the first two. Royal Enfield tells us they were the first two released into the wild. You know, the official release day was August 23rd at 8:30 in the morning, and we met them in Utah, and we picked this bike up and my motorcycle up, and in the next 49 hours we put 1,250 miles on this bike and on my motorcycle, and we went to Utah and Colorado and Wyoming and Nebraska, and ultimately ended up in Iowa. So loads of fun, loads of fun. So what is the bike? It's a 452cc liquid cooled dual overhead cam. There's the engine in there, a little dirty. Four valve per cylinder. It's only got one cylinder. Absolutely beautiful machine with a 6-speed transmission. It's got about 40 horsepower, 30 foot-pounds of torque. I think that's about 40 Newton meters. Beautiful 6-speed transmission. It's kind of an interesting thing. Like first to second is a little wider than, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And then fifth and sixth, a little more room there too for some reason. But the transmission, I've learned to love this thing. It works on every situation. I've had mine on BDRs. I've had mine on gravel, dirt, highway, interstate. I've had mine all over the country, 27 or 29 states so far, and mine's got 25,000, almost 26,000 on it. And the transmission, no matter what the condition, seems to always work properly, and it's a beautiful bike. He too has bent his shift lever. They replaced mine the other day, but it's a great bike. Liquid cooled, I said that already. Chain drive, monoshock, about 8 inches of travel in the rear. That's about 200 millimeters. The front end is a upside down fork, 43 millimeters. Again, 8 inches of travel. Colorado, Mark and I and good guy Gary, we just went to Colorado and Utah and New Mexico, and we got caught on a really bad road in, I think it was Utah. And that 8-inch suspension front and rear really came in handy. He had the advantage over all of us. I was on my Bear, Gary was on a Tiger, and that suspension just performed like a dream, Yeah, they're showy forks too. If you look up here, right up there, Showa forks, not showy. They've got this cover over to get the dirt off. 21-inch front tire, I think it's a 90/90, yes, 21. 320 millimeter disc brake, dual piston bibrake calipers, LED headlight, and all that neat stuff. Running back this way, it's a 270 disc on the rear with a single piston bibrake caliper. I'm not sure of the tire size. I think it's a 140/17. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's still the stock tire. He's got about 6,000 miles on this motorcycle. He does not have the tubeless rims on this one, but that's okay. I don't have that on mine either. And like I said, I've had 25,000 on it without problem so far. Seat height on a motorcycle like this is 32.5 to 33, and I think it's 3/8, or about 825 millimeters to 845 millimeters. The seat's adjustable. There's a high and a low. Looks like he has his in the low position. Weight on a bike like this is 430 pounds in stock form. That would be 195 kilograms. And of course, he's got all kinds of add-ons, and we'll go over that here in a minute. Ground clearance on a bike like this is about 230 millimeters, which is, I think, about 9 inches. Really a nifty motorcycle. LED on the back. These are the brake lights, the tail lights, the turn signals all in one. You drove down the road, both light up. Very neat. I've got a toolkit in mine right here. We learned that one from Colorado Mark. Moving up here, let's take a quick look at the dash and the switch gear. Right up here is the home button. Flash to pass, high-lows right there, blinkers, horn. We'll turn the key on here in a second. Horn. The joystick to run the TFT. The kill button, run, and then if I flip it over this way, there'll be the start button. Then the mode button's right here. The bike has an eco mode and a regular mode, and both modes have ABS off in the rear. So you can do regular mode, ABS off in the rear, which we did when we were in Colorado. You do eco mode, regular ABS off in the rear if you want, or on, either way. Here is the Oculus, as I like to call it. It's a big 5-inch TFT. Got the tachometer on the outside, got a fuel gauge right here. Over here is the clock, time, ambient temperature outside, gear indicator in the middle. Let's get that into neutral. There we go. Speedometer, odometer over here. Then if you flip the joystick, see this down here? Trip 1, trip 2, fuel range, consumption, voltage, it has a voltmeter, service due, engine temperature. So you have an eye on all that neat stuff, Anyway, it's pretty nifty stuff. And then here's a new trick I learned. One of y'all out there in the world shared this with me. If you hold the mode button in, I think it's 5 seconds, See that? It switches into this arrangement, and what that does, it allows you to hook your phone up to the nav system, and this becomes a map up here, and it gives you directions and all that neat stuff, and gives you a line to follow. And then using the joystick, you can zoom in or zoom out of that map. So you get into a city, you can zoom in, see your street corners and all that, get back out on the highway, you zoom out, and you get a big picture of the whole thing. I was coming back from, I don't know where I was coming from, but across the Mississippi into Iowa, and my fuel light came on. I had that whole system hooked up. I had it hooked up to my phone. Immediately, when my fuel light came on, immediately it said nearest gas station, 1.2 miles, you want to go there. I hit confirm, drove me right to the gas station. Very nice system. I am very impressed with it. It does work well. The only drawback I can come up with it is that your phone has to be you have to leave the phone screen on your phone. It's a dark screen, but you can't close it. Me gusta. So what's he got for add-ons on this hot rod? Let's see. Let's just start here in the front. He's got this WRS short screen. I've got the tall screen on mine. His is smoked. He wanted smoke because it matched the paint really well. He's got these bags on the side. These are the Royal Enfield hand guards. He's going to get hippo hands for this, and he's going to keep them in his bags. We'll talk about the bags here in a minute. And he said we'll use them for rain or when it gets cold out. He's got these double take mirrors. I don't know if these are double take or ram. Running over this way, he's got a Garmin that goes right here. I don't see anything else in here, do you? This is a Tusk bag just like the one I have. I really like this bag. He has the same problem I have. It gets condensation inside the top part. Should we look and see what he's got in there? This is the Tusk Olympus large. It comes in a medium and a large. He's got all kinds of stuff in there. It's got this little area here that you can put, this netted area here. You can slip a map in there if you want it to get wet. The bag itself, I had no trouble with mine except the moisture. And then down to the bottom it'll get wet, so I'll stuff a rag down there and I put my can of cleaner on top of that. But easy to use zippers. It's got these bright orange tabs on it. And when you need to fuel, you just unbuckle this, slide it back, put the fuel in. Works great. These are my Royal Enfield Alpine Star gloves, which are a couple years old now and wore out. He just put this on a while back. A couple guys here at Baxter Cycle put those on their bikes, and I don't know what that's called. Oh, there it is right there. Can y'all read that? And he likes it a lot. Now, one of you out there in the world sent me seat covers like that, and I'm going to put them on. I'm going to try them. I really appreciate that, by the way. I just haven't got to putting them on yet. I had the rally seat on mine for a while, and then it was too cool to really do something like that for me anyway. Jumping down this way, he's got the 3-point crash bars. Let's see if we can spot anything else down there. Everything looks about stock, don't you think? Jumping up here, he's got this box. Now, I've got one of these too, and he said he got one of these because he was impressed with how much utility I got out of mine. And I have to agree with that wholeheartedly. It's a great place, you put your light stuff in here. It's a great place to just throw handy, convenient things on. When I go to Alaska, I'm going to pack all my bags, and I'm going to try to leave this as empty as possible. I'm going to use it as like a glove compartment. That'll be where I keep my food, or my, like day food, or my drink, and just simple things like my gloves will be in there. And it's just a really good thing. I've driven hundreds of miles of rain on mine, and it's never got a drop of water. The first time I did a 300-mile day of rain, it was just a real hard rain. I got to the hotel, and I was just certain everything in there would be soaked, not a drop of water, and I got lucky. I don't think it's sold as waterproof, but so far it has been for me. The owner of this bike, Mark, tells me that he's rode a lot of rain. He's been riding this for the last 6 weeks, almost every day, to work and back. And he says he hasn't got any wet in there yet. It's got this little bag on top. I'm not sure what these, you can get these, all of this stuff at Baxter Cycle. Now this is the big add. He just added these. And Colorado Mark has these on his bike too. Now check that out. Isn't that a neat bag? It's a RhinoWalk mechanic bag, very heavy duty. Colorado Mark had these on his bike when we went to Colorado, Utah, Arizona. And when we got caught on that real rough road, our bikes just got beat to snot, and the bags held up just fine. Absolutely no trouble. They never got loose. They always did what they were supposed to. There was just not an issue. The motorcycles, we never had to worry about those, and we never had to worry about the luggage that we had on our bikes at that time. So I want you to notice these straps right here. I think those are to help compress the bag, or maybe give you more storage. You want to tie some to the outside. Now he has taken those off on this side because he wants this bag to be easier to get in and out of. And he thought they were in the way. So let's look what he's got here. To open the bag, let's open the front part first. So first I've got all these little tie downs where you can tie things literally everywhere in the bag, including underneath the bag. There's also a place here for your Velcro. Now watch this. Open that up and check it out. This is supposed to be a waterproof little compartment. Ah, that's interesting. Hear the Velcro? Okay, yeah. And you know, you fold this flap over. He's not using it yet. We talked about that. And it's got this little pocket thing here. And I think that's where he keeps, yeah, he's got a waterproof pouch in here that he added. And that's where he keeps his registration and stuff. Again, more molly strap stuff. A little net bag here to keep your stuff in there. You know, it's a pretty neat system. And I think, like, if you had a jacket or light jacket, you could lay it in here, flip it up, clip it in, and, you know, that would hold itself in. Now let's look inside the bags. To get in those, we undo these. I think the bags are supposed to be waterproof. We roll, it's a roll top. I'm gonna have to use my other hand here. And check it out. Oh, look at this. Little pouch thing here. Oh, I see. Those are to keep the form of the bag. I got it. He's got his rain pants in there and just miscellaneous stuff of all sorts. Close it. You do the Velcro. You do the roll. And that's it. The neat thing about these, like I said, Colorado Mark had these. Colorado Mark and I we did 8 days out west. 6 days of those were all on motorcycle. But watch this. There's a lock. You can put a lock through here, so this will not work. But look at that. It comes right off. Walk into the hotel, do your thing, take them into your house, pack them, whatever you want. You want to put them back on the bike, you line them up, and there they are. They're on. And that will hold. Like I said, we took this on the BDRs, a couple of BDRs out there, and just solid as a rock. Very good product in my opinion. Why don't I have one on my bike? Well, I've got the I didn't want something with a frame. I didn't want the bike frame, you know, the bag frames on my bike. So I've got the other kind. I can't think what they're called. Those shaped like a banana, you know. But I think I'm going to be happy with those, and that's what I'm going to use for Alaska. Would these work for Alaska? Darn right they would. If I had these bags, I would not need a top bag probably. On my bike, I'm going to use the banana bags plus a kind of a duffel bag on the back, and that should do it, plus my trunk here. In these bags, now I know one of these bags has chain lube. I watched my bear this morning, showed up here, and he got on his bike and threw me a can of a chain lube so I could lube my chain. So I know one of those has got that, and I'm not sure what the other one has in it. Probably bubble wrap, huh? Anyway, it's a really nifty motorcycle. Like I said, it's the twin to mine. You know, I got mine the same day that we picked this one and mine up. We think they were the first two. They told us they were the first two released to the wild. You know, is that true or not? I don't know, but they've been great bikes. I've got over 25,000. He's got 6,000 on this one since last August. Today is, I think we're the end of May right now, so it's been a great bike. Great bike. I love them. Now, if y'all are interested in a bike like this or any of these accessories, need parts, accessories, thingamajigs, doodads, coats, gloves, helmets, anything at all, get yourself over to Baxter Cycle in the mighty mini-tropolis of Marne, Iowa, or go to baxtercycle.com. Tell those fine folks that Fuzzy Biker, that's me, sent you. Now, it's a beautiful day here, but look at those rain clouds over yonder. If it's a great day where y'all are at, get off that couch, get out of that easy chair, get out and ride a bike. Life is good. Wahoo! 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 Wahoo!